What is up, y'all? Goofy Rexy here. Hope you guys are all doing well. And also, welcome back to week 2 or episode 2 of the weekly headliner, where we talk about what is coming up this week in Marvel Strike Force, what to prepare for here. But I can't ignore a lot of stuff that happened last week, right? You know, we got some update on the legendary Jubilee, who's going to be unlocking her. I want to talk about that briefly. And then also the RTA changes, you know, kind of just my thoughts on that here. And it was just in general, we're going to talk about my approach to things this week. Obviously, I'm your resident cheap to play guy and your mid to late game content creator here. So hopefully, you know, I can give you some perspective on some things. And, you know, listen, overall, let's just have some fun, guys. Let's have some fun with this video. And let's start right now. All right, so the first thing on the list is that we got some recurring characters coming back for Blitzes. And listen, in general, guys, I'm tired of blitzing, y'all. Seriously, aren't you? I've been blitzing my behind off for like the past 7 months. You ain't tired? I'm tired. All these new character blitzes. We got Yelena coming back. Yelena. I just wanted to serenade you guys there. You know, it's a Disney show and that's the theme song. And listen, okay, I digress. Yelena's going to be coming back on Thursday, right? Yelena's going to be coming back on Thursday. And then to start off the week, we're going to have Ironheart. So Ironheart is going to be the first blitz for the week here. And the numbers are probably going to be the same because the Red Guardian event is going on. So, you know, not really going to get too much of a break there where that's concerned. When you look at the blitz predictions though, you know, or simultaneously look at the blitz predictions, this is pretty much basically what I'm expecting that Ironheart's, you know, blitz is going to be like too, right? You know, looking at the average 44 or 45 to get in the top 100, you know, 32 basically to get in the top 1%. This is normally where I land. I'm normally in the 2 to 3%. So I'm normally shooting for about 22 million or so. That's most likely where I'm expecting that, you know, could change. It could change. But that's for the most part is where I'm probably expecting that maybe Ironheart might land just simply because of the Red Guardian event. I could be wrong, but I'm recording this the day before, so I haven't done my blitz predictions yet. So we'll see what happens, you know, today when we release those as a group. But that's what I'm thinking. It's probably going to be around the same because obviously Red Guardian's happening. You're going to want to blitz as much as you can, get those fragments, open up those orbs. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be around the same way that we're going to be looking at moving forward for both Ironheart and obviously, of course, for Yelena, who's a new character. So get your popcorn ready, get your fingers ready. If you're wondering about me and my wife, by the way, we're good now. She said it's okay. I told her I'm gonna need 9 more days for this Red Guardian event, you know, as we blitz. So that's the first thing, you know, we're good. Don't worry about us. I told her 9 more days, Red Guardian event, 9 more days. There's a stipulation. She said after this, I'm gonna have to make it up to her. I don't know what that means. It's normally never good. All right, but that's it in regards to the blitzing aspect. The next thing I wanted to talk about here, guys, is we got some raids, some returning raids here. Alpha raids are coming back, and I wanted to look at some of the characters that we're gonna have available to us. You know, obviously season trade characters are gonna be important for these Greek raids also because you want to be able to maximize and get those points. So for global, you have some pretty good options. You got Colossus, you got Yo-Yo. I mean, you got. Sorry, did I say Colossus? You got Emma, and you got Yo-Yo. That's what's important. We got Emma, we got Yo-Yo. Colossus, meh. You know, you can use for your global section here. I don't think any one of these other characters, maybe Taskmaster every now and again for a particular node you can use. And then I took a look at the options that you have available for City. I think City is pretty straightforward. City, you got Symbiote Spider-Man, you got Anti-Venom, you got Carnage, you know, but if you don't have those characters, then of course you got Miss Marvel, you got Ghost Rider, and then you got Lord Nobu. Don't use Nobu. But you got some other options. My She-Hulk, no love, ma'am. No love for She-Hulk. Even though they fixed her neck, I still give her no love. It's not fair to her, really, honestly, when you think about it. But, you know, let's move on. Let's digress here. And then, of course, for Cosmic, let's see what you have for Cosmic here. Got Cosmic seasoned characters for Cosmic for these alpha raids. You got Proxima. You got Cole. Cole's not really great outside of Ebony Maw and Thanos. But you got Proxima's usable for sure. Thor is also usable. You know, you got a couple other characters here, guys, that you could use. Obviously, you're not going to use those characters by themselves, right? You're going to probably mix in, you know, some other characters with them for season. But I just figured, listen, new alpha raids are coming. Let's look at some of the season characters. And, you know, while we're talking about this whole, you know, Red Guardian event and season trait and all that, we might as well look at the event. You know, that's continuous right now. Obviously, this started last week, and it's going pretty well. It's going pretty well for me so far. Crimson Affair is an alliance thing. So for Captain Russia, I mean, Red Guardian, you know, you have a few options, right? For alliance, you know, using your season characters in those raids, getting the most points as possible, an alliance thing. So maybe you want to jump down or drop down maybe a tier or two, you know, when it comes to U7. Right now, we went back to U7 normal difficulty. We're normally doing U7.2. You know, so if you're in U6, maybe you drop down. If you're doing U6.5, maybe you drop down to U6.3, just so that you can make sure that everybody's getting the using those season characters. Red Winter, you got to open up your deep freeze orbs, and you get those fragments obviously from doing things. You know, oh, let's jump back here. You get those by, you know, getting your milestones here in Crimson Affair. You also get it by doing your blitzes, you know, which also contributes to, you know, Red Alert. And then of course your arena attacks that's also contributing to Red Alert, where you can get those fragments also, so that you can go ahead and open up, you know, open up those orbs. And of course, when you're doing your blitzes also, you're getting those fragments so that you can open up orbs as well. So a lot of places for you to be able to get fragments here. There is actually a spreadsheet too that I also wanted to reference. There's a spreadsheet here, you know, that's done by, well, if I can actually just get to it, right? There's a spreadsheet here that kind of broke things down. I think this was by Vrondius or YuleTide, and I apologize if I'm not giving credit to the right person, but YuleTide and Vrondius are great. They do a lot of this stuff for the community, and it's really, really, really insanely helpful, man. Thank you guys for doing that. But they kind of broke it down. First of all, up here, how many shards you're gonna get from Red Winter, which is 68 shards. You know, for Crimson Affair, 13 shards in total. And then for Red Alert, 48 shards in total. That adds up to about 129, I think, shards, you know. And then of course, as you get those fragments and open up those orbs, then you're going to be able to get, you know, additional orbs, you know, hopefully with some luck, you're going to be able to get additional orbs. So you should be able to get a 4-star character. If you're like me, I didn't buy Red Guardian. So, you know, I'm grinding this stuff out so that I can get as many shards as I possibly can. So this is pretty much basically the way I'm going about it. We also broke it down by raid fights too. So if you can see here, if you're going to a raid fight and you use 3 season characters, you're gonna have to do that 8 times a day. If you go into a raid fight where you're using 4 season characters, you only have to do 6, you know, 6 battles a day too. So, you know, for me, blitzing, I'm doing about, they said, I think it's estimated blitz wins 80 or so is what you need per day, I believe. So I'm doing actually a little bit more than that. I'm doing about 5 or 6 rotations, setting my timer. I know my wife again, you know, setting the timer and then doing my my blitz rotations per day here. And I'm getting about 18 to 20, you know, attacks, you know, for doing, you know, per rotation. So 5 or 6, you know, rotations, you know, 18 to 20 attacks per. Doing pretty well, that's concerned. Crimson Affair, we're doing pretty well too, you know, getting all those milestones as well. Biggest thing is just getting the fragments, right? Getting the fragments, getting the extra additional shards that you can get from here. Very important. And of course, Red Alert, we already know that. That's something that you do every single day. You know, by doing blitz and by doing arena, you can clear all of those 15 milestones per day. So up to you how you want to do it. But this is a great spreadsheet here. I will share a link down below in the description. Hopefully that can kind of help you guys to plan things out if you already planned it out already from an alliance perspective, and also as well from an individual perspective as well. And also we do have the Emma milestones going on too, so we can jump back to the game here. What I'm doing with that, I'm spending my 2.4 million per day. I've been saving up for this event for a very, very long time, so I do have a considerable amount of gold. If you don't have a considerable amount of gold, then spend as much as you possibly can. You obviously have other ways for you to be able to gain shards too. Your campaign energy, obviously War Warrior, which is an alliance thing. You can get some shards there too. And then spend as much gold as you can. You know, obviously this is going to be the last event, so it's important to probably go all out. Emma is a very, very good character. She's also a seasoned character too. if you already have her, to use her in your alpha raids. I'm actually using Emma, Ma, and the 3-core symbiotes right now for a lot of my Ultimates raids to be able to get those points. But we've already talked about Red Guardian, so I'm just saying for Emma's milestone, do the best that you can. Obviously here I'm spending 2.4. After a while, I'm not gonna be able to spend that much anymore because I can't keep up with the spending of that goal. So I'm probably gonna start spending a little bit less, moving forward. So, but for the most part here, I am, spending 2.4, and then as we continue to progress through this, I'm probably gonna drop down or so, to about 1.2 around there. Is where I'm probably gonna drop to make it a little bit more feasible for me, as we move forward. Now, one of the things that was a real big stinker, and trust me, I know stinkers. I got a 1-year-old son, got to change his diaper every day. So one of the real big stinkers for me was the battle pass aspect. The RTA changes, didn't like them. If you haven't seen it already, I have them pulled up right here. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but noticeable changes are obviously, before you had the 225 knockouts, you had the 350, and then you have the 350. The 350 and the 550 are now gone, and they've now changed it and given us some new objectives here. 600 for random roll, random origin, and then mixed traits. Oof. This one hurts a little bit, guys. This one hurts a little bit. It hurts, guys, because I was pretty much basically doing my 25 knockouts per day as a daily, doing my 25 knockouts per day, and then shooting to get the weekly, 550 knockouts. And that was enough for me to be able to get my objectives done, which is obviously what they didn't want you to do, right? That's the reason why they've made these changes, which sucks. It sucks, guys. I don't like it. So this is where we're at as a people. This is where we're at. I think that the community overall is not too happy about it. And I understand because it takes a little bit of variation out of the game and what you can do. Obviously, if you do the 600s, then you can get 900 tokens. There's a little bit of a breakdown again, another spreadsheet here, apologize, but there's a little bit of a breakdown. I believe this one was by YuleTide. A little bit of a breakdown here where it talks about, doing your dailies per day. You're getting 450 per day for doing the KOs, doing the abilities, winning matches. You're getting 450 over a 28-day period. You're getting 12,600, which means that you need to make up the 12,400 to be able to get there. And the way that he broke that down was for your weeklies, doing the ability characters, the origin, and the roll, and the mixed trait, the 150 and the 50s, basically, right? Which adds, and then completing the match, and then the 225k knockouts gives you 12,800, which is what, 400 or 200 more than what you actually need in order to complete and get the all 100 objectives in the battle pass. Now, great breakdown. The one thing that sucks about it is that for me, let's jump back to my game, right? I would like to be able to get all those, the 150s and then the 50s for the weekly. But for me, you guys saw my She-Hulk, and She-Hulk is on my list, and she's one of my 50s. I can't do that weekly because she's not built up, or I have to build her up just to be able to get this weekly done. So I'm forced now to do one of the 600s to compensate for not being able to do that 50. And that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks a little bit. And I know that for a lot of other people, there are other things that are also involved for the individual dailies, right? I've had somebody say, hey, I have Marauders, but I can't use Mr. Sinister because Mr. Sinister is banned. I have Fantastic Four, but I can't use Fantastic Four really and successfully because Invisible Woman is banned. So yikes. No, not good. Not good at all. In my personal opinion, for me, I'm going to be able to get it done. I'm adjusting. I'm making it work, right? I'm close right now to being able to get the 600 done, and then I'll be able to get the 150 done, and the other 50 done, right? I'm good. I'll be able to do that. But the problem is that there's not really much variation to how you can kind of mix and match and have some fun with being able to get the RTA stuff done. And then they still haven't fixed the quit aspect. I still have a lot of people quitting on me because they go into a match, they can't get their knockouts still, right? Because you still need 225 knockouts per week, and it's frustration, right? It's frustration. People are getting angry, getting mad about it. You know, obviously I think some people to a certain extent too may go a little overboard, right? But understandable frustration overall, because they changed something in a way that we didn't want it to be changed, and that creates frustration. So got to understand that from that perspective. But I don't like it. I'm adjusting and I'm making it work, but I personally don't like it by any sort of means. And then the last but certainly not least thing here is Jubilee. Jubilee got released, and obviously we knew it's Pimp Tech, P-I-M-P Tech team. That's going to be unlocking Jubilee here. We already kind of had an inkling about that, right? I think everybody and their mama knew that Pimp Tech team was going to unlock, you know, probably Jubilee here. Jubilee's kit, we got her passive, and it looks really good. I'm not going to go through the whole kit here. Additional health. If somebody drops below health, the Astonishing X-Men ally drops below health, then she feels, you know, Beast speed bar. Obviously, that's good. Beast is going to be able to heal that character, you know, so that's a good thing. On enemy death, she's feeling Astonishing X-Men ally speed bar by 25%, which can be very, very helpful. Kind of Scream-ish, right? You know, kind of Scream-ish, being able to fill their speed bar. I saw some additional stuff here. Each Astonishing X-Men ally or Wolverine, on this character's or in each Astonishing X-Men or Wolverine ally's turn, apply assist now to sell. So obviously they're indicating that Wolverine will have some synergy with this team. Cool. Yay. And then of course, like assist now. And then here in raids, you know, the additional speed and the additional damage. So I think the team is going to be good. I think her kit is a legendary kit. It looks like a legendary kit so far. You know, I think her other ability, right? She's calling other Astonishing X-Men characters to attack. So, you know, that's going to tie into, you know, the passive, you know, obviously on enemy death, filling Astonishing X-Men ally speed bar by 25%. That's also going to tie into that too, right? So she looks good. The team overall so far looks pretty good. It's hard to say about based on stats, right? Like people are saying that they're only going to be good in raids, or they're going to be a raid team. And other people have said Greek raids, right? I don't know. Like it's hard for me to say if it's going to be Greek raids or Ultimates raids. I'm hoping it's going to be war. I would like another war offense team. I don't want them to specifically say war offense or just war anything. I just want them to be able to be used in war effectively, in my opinion. So still curious about that fifth character. Who's that going to be? People are saying Bishop, maybe, right? Rumors, right? We don't know yet, but I'm curious to see how that's going to work out. I'm looking forward though to seeing the rest of her kit, you know, and seeing, you know, how exactly they're going to work together. I'm not going to be getting this character on first pass. I'm usually a second pass guy because I'm just not willing to spend money to be able to get the legendary. That's just me personally. But that's just how I play the game, you know, so curious to see how she's going to work. I'm going to be looking for, you know, for some guys and some feedback on that, but do like the kit, do like where she's, what she looks like so far. Want to see the stats of the rest of her and, you know, some of the rest of the characters where they're going to land here, but, you know, do appreciate the release information for this here. But listen, guys, this is going to cap the weekly headliner here, guys. Hopefully this was a good video for you guys. I appreciate you guys joining so much. Thank you. And of course, leave your comments. Let me know what you think about the RTA changes, Jubilee, Pimp Tech, you know, Emma's Milestone. How are those things going for you guys? You know, want to hear your feedback on that too as well. But otherwise, guys, love y'all much. Appreciate y'all. Y'all be blessed and y'all be safe.